Welcome to the MST Global Tech Talk Series. I'm Nicolette Baker, your host. Today we're interviewing Denis Kent, Product Manager at MST. Denis has been with the business since it started in 1989. Hi Denis. We're going to be discussing how to get more out of your technology you already have implemented in your underground mine. It's obviously a timely issue as we are all balancing the need to operate as safely as possible and as productive. While working within the constraints and restrictions that we're constantly all facing. Thank you, Denis, for joining us today.
You're welcome, Nicolette. I look forward to it.
Okay, so Denis, McKinsey & Co. They made mention recently at the PDAC event at Canada that productivity gains through digitalization was evident across surface mining. However, there were limitations when it came to going underground. Specifically, Mukani Moyo stated, and I'm just going to read this so it's word for word, there's the communications infrastructure challenges sometimes, and sometimes the fact it's more difficult to get wireless communications down there. You can't easily do the same things you do in open pit operations. They're the same reasons you see less penetration of autonomous solutions. So, Denis, I guess my question for you is, why are the challenges so steep in going underground over surface operations?
Yes, I agree the underground environment presents unique challenges, but I certainly don't agree it's difficult to achieve good wireless communications underground. Sure, we take it for granted on the surface where we don't have that same luxury in the underground environment. But what I've found over the experience is the perceived difficulties of providing high bandwidth coverage underground has in many cases been down to choosing an inappropriate underground network. In fact, from MST's standpoint, we've lost count of the number of underground operations that have tried to apply their surface networking infrastructure underground only to discover the hidden reliability issues that deprive them of fully realising the value of their digitalisation efforts. And Nicolette, a lack of a reliable network means a loss in productivity opportunities and the resultant cost benefits not being realised. In fact, we have seen situations where mines have calculated the total cost of ownership of their underground network and have been quite shocked by the total cost when it's actually calculated out. For example, we've had mines that have had to incorporate their separate network elements into a large rack cabinet, where they've then had to install that cabinet into a specially excavated cuddy, and just the development cost of that alone is large, and then provide power to each individual cabinet. So those costs quickly accumulate. And on top of all that, of course, is the lost reliability and the lost opportunity costs that are on top of this infrastructure costs alone.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just moving our little picture over here so we can actually record and everyone can see that as well. So thank you for that. So obviously hearing from what you said and knowing what technology is purposely built for that environment, it's pretty pivotal, ensuring that their future operations aren't compromised. So can you tell me a little bit about what you think, how an underground mine, no matter the technology they're currently using, how could they get a bit more out of it?
Again, it's back to choose an appropriate network. That is to say, a digital platform that suits the environment. It's scalable, it's based on open standards to ensure connectivity to a wide range of devices and applications. So that's the fundamental basis of any network. So with this network, or really it is a platform, allows you to gain value from various applications. So what we've seen is it's no good having great access to data if you need to be able to use it in a productive way. So some common examples that we see all the time in work we do with mines is tracking. It's nice to be able to know the location of people and equipment, but by itself, it's not much use. But when you use it in applications that allow you to analyse cycle times of loaders and trucks, resource allocation of assets around the mine, it starts to give value. The fundamentals of communication, voicing and texting wherever someone is in a mine helps manage processes and relay information amongst people and take actions. Monitoring equipment, the environment, So you report on it. You're not just monitoring, but you're reporting on it, and you're bringing up alerts if something's a high gas level, a truck not doing what it's supposed to do. And related to production vehicles, their operating parameters are monitored so that the maintenance people can keep an eye on them. Their loads are combined with cycle times to ensure that the mine is mining to plans. So, just a few examples of what a good platform allows you to build on and utilize through sensible, productive applications.
Okay, thanks for that. So expanding on what you've just said, and given the appropriate network, what type of productivity gains do you actually expect underground mining can expect? Sorry.
Yeah, it's as I alluded to above, those sort of common examples, but there is a myriad of other productive benefits opened up by choosing that right network, or as I said, more appropriately, it's a digital platform. And what most revolve around is better control of various mining processes underground. That means the ability to access data to monitor various processes in real time, use that data to monitor the performance against plan, and quickly identify any deviations from plan, and then ensure that same connectivity is used to distribute corrective actions back underground to bring the process back on plan. So in other words, it's what's commonly called these days as short interval control.
Okay, so I expect by ensuring mines are addressing the efficiency of their current systems, then they can look obviously at what needs they need in the future. So when it returns to business as usual, or full steam ahead, even though we can't possibly imagine what that would look like today, because it's all the future of work is reshaping. What would you suggest underground mines could do when wanting to look at upgrading their current systems?
Like I said, the right network. It's the fundamental basis. It is truly a platform for allowing things to happen. So that entire backbone to their digitalization objectives, in other words. So it is not like they have to throw out any network infrastructure they may have in place now, but what they do need to do is transition to a more reliable system to ensure true value and ease of use over the longer term. We have found that the earlier we can engage with a mine in their digitalisation journey, then the easier the process goes and the quicker the productive benefits are realised by the operator.
Great. Okay, so if you had one quick takeaway of what the future of mining will look like, how would you describe it? What do you think it will be?
Embrace the opportunities coming from Industry 4.0, but ensure you choose the right partner and the technology to do so.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today, Denis, and all your tips and tricks around how to get more out of your technology underground. It's been a great chat today, and I think everyone will see a lot of value. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're most welcome. And I suppose one thing I should finish on too is when we look at these open platforms, a good digital platform, we're not just talking about the normal IP networks and Wi-Fi. That's common, and we use in the office, they should be used underground, but ensuring that network has the able to support emerging technologies such as LTE, ultra wideband, and LoRa, just as some examples. That's a fundamental thing any network must have these days.
Perfect. Excellent. Thanks for that. Thanks for your time, Denis.
Oh, you're most welcome. I enjoy talking and going through what I've learned over the years.
Thank you.